I froze, just staring at him. My cheek was still burning from the slap, the sting pulsing under my skin. "Shut up. You smell worse than smoke." His voice cut through the room, sharp and cruel. My mother-in-law only smirked, like she had been waiting for this moment all along. And for 15 minutes, I said nothing. I didn't move. I didn't defend myself. I simply waited. That night still clings to me like smoke in my lungs. But the truth is, I had already seen it coming. I remember the first day I met him, the softness in his eyes, the way his hand felt like it was shaped perfectly for mine. We talked about dreams, about the family we built, about a home filled with laughter. I trusted him with every piece of me. I never imagined betrayal could hide behind a warm smile at dinner. At first, it was tiny things, late nights at work, his phone suddenly flipping face down when I walked in. Little lies easy to excuse. Then came the whispers. Friends hinting at lunches he never returned from, his tone shifting, becoming colder, clipped. I didn't react, I observed. I took notes in my mind. There was no space for heartbreak, yet strategy had to come first. Anger wouldn't save me. So I swallowed it, built a plan, and mapped every weakness he had. I started small, quiet emails to clients about missed deadlines, subtle nudges that changed how people saw him. I let him believe he was untouchable, and he did. Meanwhile, I worked on the emotional side. I smiled, nodded when he yelled. Even when he hit me, I became quietly patient, watching, listening, learning every insecurity. The proof of his betrayal came in a message I didn't even need to open. His own guilty words, sent to someone else. I didn't use it yet. It was just a seed. I was waiting for the perfect moment. That moment came the night my son was asleep in the next room, smoke drifting from her cigarette, and his temper flared the second he saw it. That slap, that was a spark. 15 minutes, that was all I needed. By the time he sensed something in me had shifted, everything was already in motion. The divorce papers were signed. The bank accounts were frozen. Friends and family had been quietly updated. Every person he thought he controlled was now either on my side or standing out of the way. I watched him that night, still convinced he held all the power. Then the phone rang. A lawyer, my lawyer. I watched the color drain from his faces. He realized the truth, the house, the money, the custody agreements. None of it was under his control anymore. Everything he used to dominate was slipping through his hands, like smoke slipping out of a cracked window. He looked to his mother for help, but she didn't move. She hadn't left. She had simply stopped protecting him. That smirk she once used to wow me now matched the one I felt inside. I watched him break down, not with joy, but with clarity. Every threat, every insult, every betrayal finally balanced. Justice didn't need to shout. It didn't have to be dramatic. It was clean, sharp, and true. He had always mistaken my calm for weakness, my silence for obedience. He never realized I had been building a storm in the dark, waiting for the exact moment to release it. That night, those 15 minutes stretched into eternity for him. Later, I held my son, his small weight grounding me. He would never know the fear, the lies, the violence. He would only know love. I had protected him, and in doing so, I saved myself too. That was the beginning of my freedom. When he finally understood who had taken apart everything he thought he controlled, who had quietly dismantled his whole world, the realization broke him. No yelling, no fighting, just recognition, and that was enough. I stepped back, calm and steady. I didn't need to brag. I didn't need to raise my voice. The plan had already done its work. Every patient moment, every calculated choice, every quiet observation came together right then. I lit a candle in the room he once dominated, the air still heavy with smoke. The faint smell of ash lingered. And I smiled to myself, because justice doesn't have to shout to be real. It can whisper and still hit with full force. I stood in that silence, hand steady, heart finally lighter. He had fallen the way he deserved to. I had risen the way I needed to, and in the soft, quiet aftermath of it all, I finally let myself breathe.